I caught my wife cheating with her boss, so I secretly became his boss. I thought I had the perfect life. I'm 34, my wife Emily is 32. We've been married for 6 years. No kids yet, but we were planning. She got a new job at a major marketing firm last year. I was genuinely happy for her. Then the late nights started. At first, it was 1 or 2 evenings a week. We've got a campaign deadline, she said. I didn't question it. I trusted her. But soon, she was coming home at 11 p.m., sometimes later. She said she was with her boss, Alan, a name I would come to hate. I wanted to believe her. I did. But one night, I called her at 10:30 p.m. No answer. Texted. Nothing. She got home around midnight, looking flustered. Hair a mess. She smiled, kissed me on the cheek, and said they grabbed drinks to celebrate the end of project. I played dumb. I smiled back, but my gut was screaming. So I did what any man with a dying marriage and an internet connection would do. I turned into a full-blown FBI agent. I went through her texts when she was in the shower. Nothing. WhatsApp? Clean. Instagram DMs? Dry. But there was one app one hadn't checked, Snapchat. And that's when the world crashed. Photos. Videos. Disappearing messages. I couldn't see everything, but one screenshot caught my eye before it vanished. A mirror selfie of her in a hotel bathroom, captioned round 2, with a wink emoji. I was shaking. She wasn't just cheating. She was in love with him. Now, here's where most guys would rage. Confront. Fight. Cry. Not me. I planned. See, I'm not just some 9-to-5 guy. I own a chain of startups. Quiet wealth. I don't flaunt it. But I know people. And Alan, her boss, he didn't know I existed. But soon he would. After I found out about the affair, I didn't confront her. Not yet. I wanted them to get comfortable. To think they were safe. That their secret was still a secret. I started researching her boss, Alan Carson. Arrogant. Mid-40s. Divorced twice. CEO of a mid-sized marketing agency. The kind of guy who talks big but still owes money on his Tesla. His company, Carson Strategies, was doing well on paper, but I saw through the numbers. They were bleeding internally. Poor management. High turnover. He was too busy flirting with interns and having affairs with employees' wives to notice. Perfect. So I made a few calls. Quiet ones. Through a shell corporation, I began buying shares. Their investors were already nervous. It didn't take much to get them to talk. A month later, I had enough leverage to call for a meeting with the board. Alan walked into the boardroom, late, smug, adjusting his gold watch. He didn't recognize me. Of course not. I wore a suit, kept my beard trimmed, glasses on. Just another investor to him. Until the chairman stood up and said, "Alan, meet Mr. Reeves. As of this morning, his company owns a controlling stake in Carson Strategies." The color drained from his face. I smiled politely. "Pleasure to finally meet you, Alan." He tried to laugh it off. Asked what the hell was going on. He even looked to the board like they were going to back him up. But they were already tired of his crap. I let him flail for a while. Then I said calmly, "You're being removed as so. Effective immediately." He lost it. Slammed the table. Threatened lawsuits. But I had him. Every dirty secret. Financial misconduct. Employee complaints. Affairs. All documented. He was out. Now, I didn't just destroy his career. I took it from him. And I wasn't done. See, my wife Emily didn't know any of this. She thought Alan was still in charge. That they could keep sneaking around, smiling at each other in the office like teenagers. So I waited. I showed up at the office a week later, unannounced. My assistant walked me through the floor. People stared. I wasn't some ghost investor anymore. I was the boss now. And there she was, Emily, in a pencil skirt, typing something on her laptop, headphones in. I stood right behind her. She turned and nearly dropped her coffee. Her face went white. "T. Tyler," she stammered. "What are you? How did you?" I smiled. Not the kind of smile you give someone you love. The kind you give someone who's already halfway buried. "Oh," I said, loud enough for everyone to hear. "Did Alan not tell you? I bought the company." Dead silence. People were watching. Phones were out. She blinked, looked around, stammered again. I leaned in close and whispered, "You cheated on your husband with the wrong guy's boss." And I walked away. After dropping that bombshell in the office, I didn't say another word to Emily. I let her stew in it, let the paranoia crawl all over her skin like ants. Every time I walked past her desk, she froze. Every time her phone buzzed, I could see her jump. But I wasn't done. See, there's something about cheaters. They always think they're smarter than you. Emily thought she had covered her tracks. But what she didn't know is that Alan had been bragging about their affair to a coworker, a guy in IT. And that guy? He hated Alan's guts. Apparently, Alan slept with his ex-girlfriend too. Office drama man. So when I started digging around, the IT guy, let's call him Greg, slid into my inbox like a gift from the gods. Said he had something I'd probably want to see. What he gave me. A 45-second video. Recorded secretly during a company retreat. The camera is a little shaky. Alan is shirtless. Emily's sitting on his lap. They're laughing, kissing. And then she says, "My husband. He's a sweet guy. Kind of boring, honestly. If he ever found out, he'd probably cry or write a poem or something." And Alan, he says, "Then keep him clueless. I'm not done with you yet." They laugh. She kisses him again. And I die a little inside. I watched it once. Then again. Then again. Not because I liked pain, but because I wanted to memorize the moment she killed our marriage. That's when I made my final move. 2 days later, I called an all-staff meeting. I told the team we were restructuring. Said we needed transparency, loyalty, and accountability. Everyone clapped like sheep. Emily was in the back, arms folded, pretending to be invisible. And then I said, "Before we continue, I want to show you all something. A lesson in what not to do at this company." The lights dimmed. The projector clicked. And the video played. Yes, some people looked away. Others stared with their mouths open. Alan's voice echoed through the room. Emily's words stabbed like knives. And when it ended, I just said, "This is what betrayal looks like. In business and in life." I looked right at her. She was trembling. Eyes red. Mouth open like she couldn't breathe. Someone in the back muttered, "Holy H*T." Another whispered, "That's his wife." She stormed out of the room. I didn't follow her. She tried calling me 17 times that night. I didn't answer. She showed up at our house, banging on the door, screaming, crying. "Tyler, please." I didn't mean it. I was stupid. You didn't deserve that. She was right. I didn't. I let her cry on the porch for hours. Then I sent her a text. "Your things are packed. The locks are changed. Check the garage for your boxes." She never replied. After I kicked Emily out, I didn't see her for weeks. No texts, no calls, just silence. My lawyer sent her the divorce papers. She lawyered up too. I expected a quick, clean split. No kids, no shared business, just signatures and separation. But of course, it wasn't going to be that easy. We had a court date set. I walked in calm, dressed in a sharp black suit. Head high. No drama. No theatrics. I was ready to put this behind me. And then I saw her. And my heart stopped. She walked into the courtroom. Pregnant. Visibly. She looked about 5 months along. Her stomach was undeniable. Round. Prominent. The courtroom gasped. I froze. My lawyer leaned over and whispered, "Did you know about this?" I shook my head slowly. No, I didn't. Emily didn't look at me. Not once. Just kept her eyes down. The judge asked if there were any changes in circumstances since the original filing. That's when her lawyer stood up and said the words I will never forget. "Your Honor, Ms. Carson would like to inform the court that she is pregnant with the petitioner's child." The hell? My child? I stood up. That's a lie. I haven't touched her in months. The judge slammed the gavel and told me to sit. But I couldn't think straight. I looked at Emily. Her face was pale, her eyes still refusing to meet mine. So I asked loudly, "If it's my child, then why didn't you tell me?" Why now? She didn't answer. That's when her lawyer said, We believe this has significant bearing on custody and alimony. And then it hit me. She wasn't just lying, she was playing me. Weaponizing a pregnancy. Claiming the baby was mine to lock in money. After court, I followed her outside. "Whose is it?" I demanded. She stayed quiet. I stepped in front of her. "Don't play me again, Emily." "Is it Alan's?" Her silence was the loudest yes I've ever heard. She finally whispered, "He left me when he got fired. Said he wasn't ready to be a dad again." And just like that, everything made sense. Alan knocked her up during the affair. Ditched her. Now she was crawling back, trying to put it on me. "I lost everything, Tyler," she said. Tears welled up in her eyes. "You don't know what it's like waking up every day knowing I destroyed the one person who ever loved me." I stared at her stomach. That baby wasn't mine, but it could have been. It should have been. "You didn't just destroy me," I said. "You destroyed you." Then I walked away. 2 weeks later, we were back in court. I'd already paid for a paternity test privately through a clinic I trust. I handed the sealed results to the judge myself. He opened the file, read it silently, then looked up and said, "DNA results indicate with 0% probability that Mr. Reeves is the biological father." Emily's lawyer turned to her stunned. The courtroom murmured. The judge slammed his gavel again. "This court will not entertain false claims of paternity." Case closed. No alimony. No custody. No more lies. But the damage was done. Not to me, I was free. But to her. Emily lost her job. No one wanted to work with a woman from that video. Alan went ghost. Her reputation was in ruins. And me? I slept like a king that night. 6 years passed. 6 long, quiet, peaceful years. I sold a company. Bought a house in the mountains. Met someone new, a real woman. Lol. Steady. The kind who doesn't need office drama or power plays to feel alive. For the first time in my life, I was genuinely happy. I almost forgot Emily existed. Almost. It was a cold Sunday morning when the past came knocking, literally. I was making coffee. My wife was still asleep upstairs. And then I heard the knock. I opened the door. And there she was, Emily. Older, tired, hair a mess, wrinkles around the eyes, like life had chewed her up and spit her out 5 times over. And beside her was a little girl. She looked up at me with big brown eyes and held a stuffed bunny close to her chest. "Her name's Grace," Emily said, voice trembling. "She's 6. I didn't say a word. I couldn't. Emily looked like she was about to collapse. I'm not here for money," she added quickly. "I swear. I need to tell you something." I stood there, cold wind blowing between us. She swallowed hard and said, "Alan died 2 years ago. Car crash." I blinked, not from sadness, but from the weight of that name. She continued, "His family never wanted anything to do with her. I've been raising her alone, working 2 jobs. No help." I looked down at the girl. She was staring at my house, at the warmth inside, at a world that wasn't hers. Emily said, "I know you don't owe me anything. I ruined your life. I get it. But Grace, she's innocent. And she's smart. She asks about her dad all the time, but I can't lie to her anymore." I asked finally, "Why are you here, Emily?" She hesitated. Then, "Because you were the best man I ever knew. And even if she's not yours by blood, I just hoped maybe you want to meet her." I should have slammed the door, walked away, but I couldn't. Not because I forgave her, not because I missed her, but because that little girl, Grace, was standing there shivering, looking up at me like I was a stranger and something more. "Grace," I said gently, kneeling down, "do you like pancakes?" She nodded slowly. "Good," I smiled. "Because I make the best ones on the planet." Her face lit up like Christmas morning. Emily started to cry. I stood up and said, "You can come in, just for breakfast. No promises. No begging. Just one meal." Emily whispered, "Thank you." We sat around the table. Grace talked about cartoons, stuffed animals, how she wanted to be a vet. My wife came downstairs, confused at first, But one look at Grace and she smiled. No judgment, just kindness. That's the kind of woman I married now. After breakfast, Emily got up to leave, but Grace stayed sitting. She looked at me and asked, "Can I visit again sometime?" I paused. Then I said, "Only if you help me make the pancakes next time." She grinned wide. Deal. Emily looked back as she walked down the steps. "I never deserved your forgiveness," she said. "You didn't get it," I replied. "But your daughter did." And then I closed the door.